days in a row uploading. This has to be some sort of record. Yesterday in my video, I said that I was sick again, and I spent all day laying on the couch being sick. I was feeling pretty sorry for myself, actually, because that was 15 days since I first got sick, and I had this feeling like this year is never, ever, ever gonna start for me. I'm never gonna be able to work on my goals, whatever. So my mom called me, and we talked, and she's having issues with her health right now, and I have this thing that I need to do where I need to quit vaping because it's, first of all, it's prolonging my illness. Second of all, it is very expensive. I've been trying to figure out a budget this year, and so I've just been writing down all of my financial transactions on my card, and I am like $1,300 in the hole for the month. I moved into a more expensive apartment, and my income hasn't caught up yet. And frankly, the vapes are $30 each, and I go through one every 4 days. And so I've spent like $130 on vaping this month. And so not only is it hurting my health, it's hurting me financially, but more importantly, it's hurting my health. And it's this thing that I have to do. It's just on the to-do list. Have to do that first. And in the past, when I've been smoking, I have used that as a way to not face other things that I need to do in my life. And like when I was drinking too and doing drugs and all that kind of thing, I would think, well, I need to do this and this in my life. And I'll say, well, I can't. I'm such a mess. I have to quit drinking. I have to quit doing drugs. I have to quit smoking first. And then I could never do those things. And so then I never faced those other things that I had to do in my life. So I don't want the vaping to turn into that. I started vaping because I relapsed on alcohol this summer for 2 days. And in those 2 days, I started smoking and I just could never stop. So today, like I said, my mom called me last night, and so we're both having health issues, and we decided that we're gonna help each other do health things. And my task for today is that I had to stop vaping. So I stopped last night, and this morning I put on a nicotine patch, right there. And I had bought some non-nicotine vapes, I don't know, a couple around New Year's probably, because I was gonna quit vaping then. And I threw those away. I threw away the vape that I had, and I have just been on the patch today. I've experienced some emotional fluctuations, but you know what? Physically, I'm feeling much better, actually. And a little bit of Xanax around lunchtime, and I was doing fine, actually. I worked a full work day today. And I made sure at work, because I basically, in accounting, year end is a nightmare, and you have to put everything that you usually do for your job just gets pushed off to the side as you work on closing the books on 2025, right? And then last week I was sick for half the week, and so all those things that I've been pushing off, they're still pushed off. And so I have this unending to-do list at my job, and today I was sure to, as I was crossing things off, I wasn't just deleting them, I actually put them in a list of things I had done. So I had a good idea that, you know what, I have this like chronic feelings of inferiority about my work performance. I over-identify with my work performance. And so today I at least have a big old list of things that I got done. I did work for 8 hours, and I just need to believe that about myself. But working full-time sucks because it sucks up your entire day. Now it's 6 o'clock, and I have to live my actual life now. And so I'm working on my to-do list. I drank almost an entire 2 liter of Diet Coke today because I'm a classy broad. And continuing on my theme of being a classy broad, I'm gonna eat a frozen pizza for dinner. Okay, well, this is gonna take 13 minutes to cook, and in that time, I'm just gonna get as much cleaning done as I can. It's honestly amazing how much you can just get done in 10 minutes if you apply yourself. Like during that 10 minutes, I swept the bathroom, I cleaned the cat box, I swept the kitchen, I unloaded the dishwasher, I wiped the bathroom counter. I mean, that's something that has changed, like sort of I have ADHD, so I have time blindness, and that's something that sort of changed. in my perception of time, is that like you can get a lot done in 10 minutes. And I actually do this at work too, because I do the Pomodoro method at work, where I work for 25 minutes with no interruptions, and then for 5 minutes I just stand up and walk around. And so 5 minutes, I get up, I arrange things. I walk as many steps as I can. Like, you can get so much done in such a short amount of time. But then the inverse of that is that then I ate the entire pizza and a bunch of boxes of yogurt raisins, and I laid on the couch and 2 hours went by and I haven't done anything else. These bangs are so ridiculous. Literally, what am I doing? But anyway, well, I don't know if you can tell from me talking about the Pomodoro technique, but I'm working from home right now. My job has everyone working from home right now that can, because of the ice raids in Minneapolis. Basically, nobody wants to come into the office because, well, people are just getting snatched up. They even sent out a protocol for what to do if ICE agents show up at the office, which is don't talk to them for any reason, and if they have a warrant, you have to call an actual executive of the company to be there in person to look at the warrant. So I'm working from home right now, and as far as I'm concerned, I didn't vape today, so I won. And you know what? I'm just not going to be too hard on myself to do anything else tonight. However, I did update my to-do list. So here's what's on my to-do list right now. Make taco salad before the ground beef in my fridge goes bad. I need to cut my bangs. I need to research where I can go to the dentist, because I had a dentist appointment, but I had to cancel it because apparently my new insurance doesn't cover my regular dentist. So I have to look up what's in network and then make a new appointment, because I haven't been to the dentist in a year. And at one point I didn't go to the dentist for 10 years while I was chain smoking and doing drugs and being an alcoholic and never brushing my teeth, and I ruined my teeth. I had to get like 20 fillings, I had a tooth pulled, and a root canal, and so I'm supposed to go in every 4 months to get my teeth cleaned. But like I said, total mental collapse last year. Found out I was bipolar, psych ward, manic episode, depressive episode. My apartment building caught on fire and I almost died. And I just, time came for the appointment and I was like, I can't do this today. And then I just never rescheduled it. So I need to find a dentist that I can go to and afford with my insurance. Then I have to figure out when I can refill my Xanax, because God knows they've got a tight fist on that. But I never use as much as I'm prescribed, which actually wound up being an issue when I was in my depressive episode, because I had all of this extra Xanax laying around. I have to figure out some foot stretches, because I've been walking a lot more, I walked a lot today anyway, and I have plantar fasciitis, which I got from going on a road trip where I only wore ballet flats and walked like 20,000 steps a day, and I ruined my feet, so I have to figure out some foot stretches so I don't re-injure my feet while I'm walking more. I have to throw a housewarming party for my new apartment. Like, everybody who helped me move in has never seen my apartment in a finished state. I don't have people over, I don't have guests, and everybody's like, Lindy, we want to see your apartment. So I have to throw a housewarming party. I have to figure out what day to do that, and then like invite people or whatever. I have to wrap my mom's birthday present. I got her a smartwatch because, between you and me, she's a little bit delusional about her own level of activity. I told her that I was walking less than 2,000 steps a day, which is like bed rest level, and she's like, well, I keep active because of the dog. I have to get up and walk to the door and stand there like 4 times a day to let him out, and I walk to the kitchen and I'm like, Mom, no. I have to buy a plane ticket and a hotel room to Philadelphia in March, which is not going to help with the budget. But my best friend from college is getting married, and so I'm traveling to Philadelphia in March. I've got some pictures sitting in the corner of the living room that I have never found a home for, and I need to just decide what to do with those pictures. Honestly, I found that once I moved into this apartment, a lot of things I had up on the wall in my last apartment here kind of look trashy and junky, and I'm struggling to throw things away, but I really either need to find a place to put them or throw them away. This one's kind of shitty, but I have to buy some clothes because I'm down to one pair of jeans and one pair of black dress slacks that I can wear outside. I've been wearing stretch pants for a really long time. I have let's say suffered some effects of inactivity, and so not everything fits me anymore, and I really need to go out, and I need to have enough pants to go out into the world with clothes on. And then the final item on my to-do list is I need to buy a cat tree for my cat because he's not stimulated enough. In my old apartment, he had lots of things he could jump up onto, but not the case here. So I put together my to-do list. That's what I've done today. I worked, I didn't vape, I did 10 minutes of cleaning, I ate a pizza, and I put together my to-do list, and that's good enough for me today. Hope you're doing good. Bye.